Is law enforcement right for you? Well, let's see. What's going on, guys? I hope all you are doing great. This video, for those of you that is looking to get in law enforcement and make it a career, I want to go over some stuff, some pros, some cons, and some things in the middle before you make that decision. So the first thing I want to talk about is the pay. If you're wanting to get into law enforcement and make a lot of money, this career is probably not right for you. Most places do not start you out at a high salary. I know some bigger cities, for instance, North Carolina, CMPD, they pay pretty decent to start out with, but most places do not start you out with a lot of money. That being said, you can make a little bit more money on the tests you take. For instance, getting on a SWAT team, becoming a detective if you're bilingual, and also your intermediate and advanced certificates. Those will help you with pay down the road. Something else that can help you with your pay if you have a degree. I know some places do pay you more if you have an associate's degree and or a bachelor's degree. Also, some agencies do pay a shift diff. If you work night shift, some agencies do pay you a little bit more working on a night shift. So with law enforcement, the main thing you do is you serve and protect your community. If you are somebody that likes to help others, then law enforcement probably is for you. I know I feel good whenever I'm on a call or I'm trying to solve a case or whatever I'm doing, knowing that I'm trying to help somebody, and at the end of the day, they feel like they have been helped. That means a lot to me. I know the media makes law enforcement look bad for the most part, and when I first got into law enforcement, I wanted to make a difference. I wanted to make a change and to show people that most law enforcement out here are trying to make a difference, and we are just trying to serve and protect our community. So working in law enforcement, you are going to be spending the majority of your time with your co-workers. Most agencies work 12-hour shifts and most work a rotating schedule like I do. That being said, you work 12 hours and you're working, say a long week is 60 hours. Time you wake up and everything else, your girlfriend or wife might be already at work or gone. Your kids more than likely are going to be in school. So you are going to be spending the majority of your time with your co-workers. And that is a brotherhood, and the guys you work with, you get to know very good. You love them. Sometimes they can get on your nerves, but at the end of the day, you love them and you would take a bullet for them. And to me, the brotherhood in law enforcement was something I looked at when I first got into it, and that's what I wanted to have. If you're someone out there that watches all these kinds of movies that make cops, that you're doing so much crazy stuff out here and all of that and all the gunfights and the chases and all this stuff, that's not how it is. Law enforcement, you have your hot calls, I like to call them. You have your foot chases, your car chases. Occasionally you'll be going to shootings, stabbings, fights and progresses. You'll be getting that high adrenaline rush. But all these movies that portray cops, all this crazy gunslinging stuff, that is not law enforcement. The majority is serving your community. Speaking with the adrenaline rush, some of these calls you go to and some of the things you see, your adrenaline will go through the roof. It spikes crazy and it leads you to tunnel vision. That is one thing with an adrenaline rush I like. I'm an adrenaline junkie. I like that excitement and I like that adrenaline going. But that being said, you cannot lose your focus and get tunnel vision when you're on a hot call. And also with the adrenaline can also come with the stress. This job can be very stressful. Do not take your work and bring it home in your personal life to your family. Yes, sometimes you need to vent to somebody or talk to somebody what happened. If you experience a bad death or whatever the case may be, what call you were on, that can be very stressful, and it is good to find somebody that usually you work with or another cop that's either your agency or another agency. It is good to have somebody to vent to. But something you do not need to do is take your work home and bring it to your family. If you are upset with something with work going on, with money, whatever, do not bring that to your family and put them through the stress with you. I always found it good with certain people that work at the sheriff's office with me. If I have something or a problem, I like talking to them and vent to them about it and try to get it off my chest and get their input. Or, hey, I had this call, this happened, I don't know if I made the right decision. Can you talk to me about it? I just need somebody to vent to a little bit. And it is good finding a couple people having your circle to talk to about stuff. With that being said, know who you can trust and think before you speak. You can tell somebody you think you trust, they can go take what you told them and tell somebody else, whether it be what you said or they will reword that. But always just make sure what you're talking about is not going to bite you in the ass at the end. So in law enforcement, you will see things you never thought you would see, whether it be from multiple deaths you have, natural causes, overdoses, shootings, stabbings, whatever the case may be. You will see quite a bit of that in your share in your career in law enforcement. So your first one, it is going to be a little bit different. They do get better over time, but that is something your everyday person is not going to see. There is a lot of things out here that I've seen I never thought I would see. So take that in consideration before you make that next step. So law enforcement is all about decision making. Whenever you're on a call, you have to make the right decisions in order to solve what you're doing or handle what you're doing. You will not always make the right decision. I make wrong decisions all the time, and it does better me down the road for a similar call that I have. If you are somebody that gets walked over and you never stand up for yourself, then law enforcement is not right for you. Whenever you're on a call, you always have to be in charge. You have to take that initiative and show whoever you're out with that you're in charge. You have to be a dick about it, but whether you're, say, on a larceny report, show your victim you're taking initiative. You're going to get to it, get all their information, ask them every little question you can of who is here, if your neighbor saw anything, whatever the case may be. Show them that you were in charge and you were trying to help them. And then on your other calls, and you have the people that are going to mouth off to you. That's going to be all the time. People are going to get mouthy. They're going to get in your face. They're going to cuss you out. You can't let that bother you. I'm pretty bad about that. When someone's cussing me out and stuff, I'm going to let them know I'm in charge and you're not going to speak to me like that. I'm always a person that agrees with, I'm going to treat you how you treat me. I will treat you with the most respect until you cross that line with me. That being said, there's an old cop term called the ATM Method, which stands for ask, tell, and make. Whenever you're out with somebody, some people do not handle politeness very easy, but simply politely ask them to do this. Sir, put your hands behind your back. If they don't, tell them, sir, put your hands behind your back. And if they still don't want to listen, you gotta have to make them. And that is called the ATM Method. If you are somebody that wants to get in law enforcement, to have that badge, that authority, to have that somewhat power that some people think, this job is not right for you. I know there's plenty of people that let the badge get to their head and they think that they're the best thing to walk this earth and they are so much different than others. At the end of the day, we are all people and we are all equal. Something I noticed law enforcement did for me is it matured me. I needed something in my life to kind of make me wake up and think a little bit better and stop making some of the decisions I was doing. When I got into law enforcement, that did help me quite a bit. So we all have stuff behind closed doors that people do not see. And with law enforcement, when I got into it, that kind of opened my eyes to trying to talk to people and understand them a little better. You can't just say, oh, well, this is so-and-so, we deal with him all the time. You don't know what that person is going through. And sometimes they want someone to reach out to them, because most of the time, if you were going through something, those people are not going to reach out to you. So it's nice to try to talk to people and get them out of their shell to see what's going on and better understand those kind of people. So if you're trying to get in this job to get respect from people, this job is probably not from you. It is 2019. Law enforcement officers are not respected or appreciated as much as they should be. But every now and then you're going to have those people come up to you and thank you. Some people will pay for your meals. But anytime someone comes by me and just thanks me, I appreciate what you do, that does mean a lot to me and it will make you feel good inside. So outside of work, you have to act professional at all times. You cannot be going to get drunk at bars or clubs. That does not look good. Make sure you stay professional throughout your day. Not saying you can't have fun, but make sure don't go out here and act like a dumbass or anything. It's not going to get you anywhere. And if it does, it's probably more likely going to get you fired. Just wherever you go, have fun. Just make better decisions. Be the DD for your friends. Y'all go out. Make sure you're not getting fights with your friends or whatever the case may be. Just don't be stupid outside of work. It will get you fired. So when you're working, you go by something called a policy. Basically what a policy in law enforcement is a guideline on how to do your job. It's basically your rule book. Do not disobey your policy. You can get wrote up or fired. As long as you read it and know it and obey your policy, you'll be good, and it'll make you a better officer down the road. So the days you're getting off are your off days. It sounds stupid, but you're a cop, but you're not. You gotta balance your life. You have work and you gotta have your life. You gotta balance it out. If you're on your off days and you're still trying to be a cop and still trying to have that initiative and be in your cop mode, as I like to call it, you gotta make sure you're still enjoying your life. Whenever you're around your family and you're still trying to be in cop mode, it's only gonna hurt your relationship with people you care about, and that can be very stressful. And when you're constantly trying to be in that mindset whenever you're a cop, it's gonna stress you out. So you gotta make sure you balance your life with work, friends, family, and your health. Because if you are constantly worried about work and constantly in working mode, it is going to affect you down the road. So make sure you take time for your health and your others, people you care about. So the question you ask yourself, is law enforcement right for you? All the things I talked about, hopefully this helped you in this video. Figure some things out if you're looking on the edge of getting law enforcement or not getting law enforcement. Hopefully I answered some of those things. If you have any questions, please let me know down in the comments. I will be happy to answer everybody's questions. Guys, if you could like this video and subscribe to my channel, and also if you could share this video, I'd much appreciate it, and it does help me out tremendously. If you're not following me on Instagram, I will leave a link to my account down in the description below. And also, if you want to support this channel more, be sure to subscribe to me on Patreon. It will help me make and produce more videos for you guys. But guys, thanks again for watching, and as always, have a good one.